What's up, bosses? Welcome back to my channel. As you can see, the backdrop is a little bit different today. I don't have my lav mic on. I didn't want to set up lights or organize anything. I just kind of wanted to sit here and talk to you guys. So if you're familiar with my channel, then you saw my video maybe about how I quit my job and why I quit my job. So if you didn't see the video, I'll link it down below. But basically, in that video, I talk about how I thought that not quitting my job was a bigger risk than quitting it, because not going 100% into my own business and into entrepreneurship, it was kind of robbing me of that opportunity and that possibility of what I can create and what I can become. I quit in November. My last week was in December, and now it's January. So basically, I've been just trying to build my business and strategize and just really trying to figure out what I'm doing. I know a lot of you are small business owners and your goal is to make enough money with your small business to quit your 9-to-5, or you just want to make enough money to impact your family life. So today I'm just going to talk about all of the things that have led me to this decision, because it wasn't just like one day I woke up and I said, I'm going to quit my job. There was a lot of things that I did, a lot of areas of my life that I improved before I was ready to quit my job. I believe 100% with everything in my body that I am going to make this entrepreneurship journey successful. I'm going to make more money than I ever could have in a corporate setting. And this is really what I believe. So I'm going to tell you how I got to that point in my life and how I brainwashed myself to believe this. And honestly, I believe that believing is the first step. So here are some things that I did in order to get me to where I am today. Number one was I worked on my mindset. So I read self-help books, and I also listened to certain podcasts that really helped me start believing in the world of possibilities and believing in myself. So the book that I recommend wholeheartedly, it is my favorite book, is You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. This book right here, I've read it I think 2 or 3 times. I just started reading it again because I love this book. If you've ever read a self-help book that was really boring or really dense and you just couldn't grasp the concepts they were talking about, then this is the book for you. This was the first self-help book that I actually read, and because I loved it so freaking much, I started reading all these other self-help books, and I just couldn't get through them. I just thought they were so dry and, like I said, too dense, so I just kept rereading this book instead, and I love this book. Jen really just makes it so entertaining. I was just experiencing aha moment after aha moment, and I just love this book so much. I highly suggest it. I'm going to link it down in the description box below, but it talks about all our limiting beliefs. It just really helps you realize that the world is a crazy place. Like, anything is possible no matter where you are, who you are. I think the first step is just really getting over our excuses. So I had a limiting belief around my intelligence. I was put in the learning center when I was a kid, and I think that kind of messed with me psychologically when I was a kid. I was a slower reader, I guess. I did well in school. I did study really hard. I took school very seriously. That was my main limiting belief. I know everyone has different limiting beliefs, and some limiting beliefs we don't even know we have. So again, I'm going to link this book down below. But then after this book, that's when I actually started my Etsy shop. So my sister got me personalized champagne flutes for my birthday, and I was also reading this book at the same time. So I was like, I'm going to start an Etsy shop, and I didn't think anything of it. Like, I didn't have any doubts, and I think a lot of that is because this book. If you're more of a podcast listener, then I would check out the podcast Don't Keep Your Day Job. So it talks about belief in yourself, but also it talks about small business. So it's a good mix. You get to hear people's success stories, and you get to hear Cathy, who's the host, Cathy Heller, coaching people through some of their some of their limiting beliefs around their small business. So I definitely think that's a great podcast to listen to on your commute or while you're cleaning the house. It's just a great thing. It's a great podcast to put on. And actually, last November, I was in my bedroom in my Brooklyn apartment, and I was listening to Don't Keep Your Day Job. And I had like a notion that I was going to quit my job. It was just like an, oh my God, I can't believe I'm going to quit my job kind of notion. And then a year later on 11/11, I gave in my resignation letter. I think listening to that podcast over like several months, I don't know, it might have like seeped in, something brainwashed me or something. And I made the decision to quit my job, but I didn't do it until a year later. Now I'm going to talk about what happened in that year to get myself in a position where I would actually be okay to quit my job. So at the time, I was selling champagne flutes, and I knew that's not what I wanted to do for my small business, but it's all I knew really was selling champagne flutes and wine glasses. So I was just kind of rolling with that. I felt good mentally. Like I felt like reading You Are a Badass and just working on my mindset and really truly believing in myself and figuring out my limiting beliefs and how to move on from that. And then having some of the small business pep talks from Don't Keep Your Day Job. I felt good mentally. Next, I was like, okay, now I need to work on actual business strategy, because it's all well and good to feel like you can do it, but I don't know the next step. So I started listening to marketing podcasts, and one of my favorite podcasts is by Amy Porterfield. And anything I talk about in this video, I'll link down below, but this podcast is amazing. It's for people that have digital business models, but I had a physical product business, and Amy kind of helped me realize that that's not what I wanted. So listening to her podcast just helped me get to the point where I'm like, okay, this is actually what I want to do. I want to have a business model like Amy has, and I don't want to sell physical products. So then I did my big swap where I was selling this editable thank you card on my Etsy shop alongside of my champagne flutes, because I made that thank you card for myself, and I realized that there were other people that needed this, so I just threw that up there. But that was really fun for me to sell. It's a passive income product. It's a digital product. All I have to do is answer questions when people have them. So for the most part, it's really passive. So I took all my champagne flutes down from my shop, and I just started selling the digital products. So that felt more aligned with what I want to do. As far as marketing books go, I have, I didn't finish reading this one, but Building a Story Brand. This helps you just define your message. I read .com Secrets. I really loved this book. It helps you understand sales funnels. The Little Red Book of Selling. I found this really interesting. You don't have to read all of these, but I just love learning about marketing. So I read these two books, and I'm like halfway through Building a Story Brand. But yeah, these books, if you like to learn about marketing, these books are really good. So basically, the first step was mastering my mindset. The second step was consuming all of the marketing strategies and getting more clear on what I wanted my business model to look like. Though it's not crystal clear, it's a lot more clear than it was when I was selling champagne flutes. So my suggestion to you guys would be to start consuming more information about marketing and marketing strategies, and really take advantage of all the free resources that are out there. For example, my YouTube channel, I'm sharing a lot of what I know with you guys, and I'm sharing a lot of what I've learned, but also trial and error with my own Etsy shop, because I've had my shop for, I think it's going to be 4 years now, and I have experience in physical products, and I have experience in digital products, and now trying to build this digital business model. So I'm sharing what I know with you guys. Take advantage of that. Really start implementing some of the things I'm telling you guys about if it feels right, because I know some of you will listen, but then you don't implement, and it's really important to start seeing the results from all this advice. So that's what I did. I altered my belief system, and then I started consuming free content and like low cost products like books about marketing. And then the next thing I did, which was about 6 months leading up to when I actually quit my job, I started investing a lot of money into my business. I spent a lot of money on group coaching courses, one-on-one coaching, and I'm sharing what I've learned with you on my channel. and it's also my trial and error. So it is a mix of trial and error and really expensive knowledge. So utilize the free resources you have, and it's actually going to prepare you for when you're ready to invest. So you'll never be ready to invest a large sum of money, but that was the next step for me. And I knew I needed to because of all the mindset work I did, because of all the marketing research and learning all these marketing strategies. I knew that all successful business owners invest. Like, they invest in group coaching, they invest in one-on-one coaching, they invest in masterminds, they invest in courses. They're always a student, they're always learning, and they know that, yes, you could probably figure it out on your own, but it could take you a lifetime. So when you invest in a program, it takes you step by step through the process. And depending on what kind of program it is, if it's group coaching, then you'll actually get to talk to the course creator, which is great because you'll be able to ask questions and get feedback, which will help you a lot more than a do-it-yourself kind of course. And then if you're doing one-on-one coaching, of course you're going to get the best results because you literally have someone holding your hand through the process and someone who has your back. So I knew the importance in investing, and I spent about $7,000 in group coaching courses and a one-on-one coach. So obviously investing took my knowledge and skill level up a million notches. I mean, at the end of the day, to me, money is a tool. I grew up with my mom saying that my whole life: money is a tool, money is a tool, money is a tool. And I invested money to 5 times, 10 times, eventually 100 times my investment. So that's how I look at it. If you have a poor mindset around money, then again, this book is going to help you. This book might help you. You're a badass at making money. Some people have a lot of limiting beliefs about money. I do get it, but once you enlighten yourself, I think you will realize that you really need to spend money in order to make money. And money isn't scary. Money isn't evil. Money is just a tool that we use to either make more of it or to get things that we need. And one of the things that Jen always talks about is how it's actually selfish to not make money, because think about all the good you can do with money. You know, there are bad people that have money, there are good people that have money. If you're a good person, then don't you deserve the money because you'll be more generous, you'll help more people, and also what you have to sell, people want. People want to give you money. So I can make a whole video about money. I think I might, because there was this really interesting thing I did. I charged more for my flutes. I was charging about like $13 a flute, and a lot of the flutes on Etsy were like $10 or $9. And when I upped my prices, I got less people asking me for discounts, and I got more 5-star reviews, and I even got handwritten letters thanking me for my beautiful work. So I think when you charge more, the perceived value is higher, and people are actually happier with their purchases. I can go on and on and on about this. I mean, if you want to see a video about money mindset, then let me know in the comments below. But I think it's crazy that we don't charge what we're worth, and that and I still do this too. Like with my one-on-one services, I should be charging way more than what I charge, but I don't. So anyway, I went off on a tangent, but investing big money was the next thing I did after I consumed all the free content and listened to hours and hours and hours of podcasts. And now it's a matter of me combining everything that I've learned over the past year or past 2 years and building my business. And hopefully I will be launching something in the near future. So I'm working with my one-on-one coach to figure that out. But there is one more thing that's really important, and that is to follow your intuition. So if something feels off about your business model right now, or there's something that you don't want to be selling right now, but it's making you money, I gotta tell you that you should just follow your intuition, because your intuition knows what's good for you. When I wanted to take my champagne flutes and all my physical products off of my shop, I had my friends tell me, what about all the email addresses that you collected? What about all those customers that you are serving that are repeat customers now? You know, you're going to be losing out on a lot of money and a lot of, repeat orders and such. And when I told my mom that I was going to switch my business model, she had a similar objection, especially that I was quitting my job. She was kind of freaking out saying that, that's my money maker. How am I going to make money? but my intuition was telling me to sell digital products and focus on digital marketing and creating this YouTube channel. Like, if I was filling all these orders, I would have less time to talk to you guys and teach you guys what I learned about digital marketing. So I followed my intuition, and I'm happy about that, because at the end of the day, your business is a personal thing. I mean, you live with your business. You wake up thinking about it, you go to sleep thinking about it, well, at least I do. You can take people's advice, you can follow the step-by-step in a course, and if you don't know where to go or what to do, then yes, you should follow proven advice, but if something feels innately wrong, then follow your intuition. So that would be my advice for you. I'm sorry, this was so rambly. I hope you got some kind of value out of this video. It's just my story. It's the path I took. If you're feeling really lost, do the mindset work. Consume all the free content. And then when you're ready, invest in a program that is going to up-level and scale your life and follow your intuition. So that's all I got for you guys today. Like I said, I hope this helps. So have a good day, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye, guys.